Imagine a crime so audacious, so meticulously planned, that it redefined what a robbery could be. Now imagine that even after the culprits are caught and the grand theft is laid bare, a significant portion of their ill-gotten gains simply vanishes. Not misplaced, not spent, but utterly, inexplicably gone. This isn't fiction. This is the lingering, chilling enigma of the Great Train Robbery's lost loot, a mystery that continues to haunt investigators and historians to this very day, begging the question, what truly happened to the millions that disappeared into thin air? To understand this enduring puzzle, we must first journey back to the dead of night, August 8, 1963. The setting, rural Buckinghamshire, England. The target, a Royal Mail train, the Up Special, steaming its way from Glasgow to London. This wasn't just any train, it was a rolling vault, carrying bags of cash that had been collected over the bank holiday weekend, destined for destruction or redistribution. The exact amount on board was a staggering $2.6 million, a sum equivalent to over $60 million today. This staggering payload made it an irresistible target for a particular collective of ambitious, ruthless criminals, led by figures like Bruce Reynolds and Ronnie Biggs, names that would soon be etched into the annals of infamy. Their plan was audacious, bordering on theatrical. They tampered with the railway signals, forcing the driver, Jack Mills, to stop the train in the isolated darkness of Sears Crossing. What followed was a brutal, efficient takeover. The gang, disguised in balaclavas, overwhelmed the crew, used careful planning to detach the high-value carriages, and then, with military precision, began the laborious task of offloading 120 mailbags filled with cash. It was a cold, calculated operation, executed with a level of professionalism that sent shivers down the spine of a nation. They vanished into the night, leaving behind a bewildered train crew, a ransacked carriage, and the gaping maw of an unsolved crime that would soon captivate the world. The immediate aftermath was chaos. The police response was swift, but initially ineffective. The robbers had thought of everything, right down to the getaway vehicles and the isolated farm chosen as their initial hideout. But even the best-laid plans unravel. A crucial mistake: they left behind fingerprints at the farmhouse they used as a temporary base, a seemingly minor oversight that would prove their ultimate undoing. This was the first thread that the determined investigators, led by Detective Superintendent Jack Slipper, snagged onto. The manhunt that followed was unprecedented, a sprawling, desperate search across the UK that quickly brought results. Over the next few months, one by one, the gang members were tracked down, apprehended, and eventually brought to justice. The courts delivered harsh sentences, some receiving 30 years behind bars. With the conviction of the majority of the gang, a sense of closure should have descended, but a chilling reality began to emerge. A substantial portion of the loot was missing. Of the initial $2.6 million, only around $350,000 was ever recovered. This left a colossal sum, over $2.2 million, unaccounted for. This wasn't merely a few lost notes. This was a king's ransom, a fortune that had seemingly evaporated into the ether. Authorities launched extensive searches, interrogated the captured robbers, and scoured potential hiding spots. Divers plumbed the depths of rivers, excavators tore up fields, but nothing. The money was simply not there. This massive deficit transformed the Great Train Robbery from a closed case into an enduring open wound, a source of endless speculation and whispered conspiracies, adding a layer of profound mystery to an already shocking event. Now, this is where the story truly becomes Nexpo-esque, swirling into the realm of the unknown. How could such a vast sum of cash disappear, especially under the intense scrutiny of a nationwide manhunt? Theories abound, each more tantalizing than the last. One popular narrative suggests that a significant chunk of the money was buried in various locations across the UK, secured in waterproof containers, awaiting a calmer time to be retrieved. Some point to reports of local farmers finding large amounts of cash in their fields in the years following the robbery, only to quickly disappear or deny their discoveries under pressure. Were these isolated incidents or hints at a larger pattern? Others whisper of betrayal within the gang itself. Was there a rogue element, perhaps one of the lesser-known members, who managed to spirit away a larger share than allotted, vanishing with their fortune into anonymity? The dynamics of criminal organizations are rarely straightforward, and distrust is a constant companion. It's plausible that a side deal was made, a secret stash created, or a double-cross executed in the frantic aftermath of the robbery as the hunt intensified. Then there's the international angle. Could the money have been smuggled out of the country? Ronnie Biggs himself famously escaped, living as a fugitive for decades in various international havens. Did he take a share with him that was never recovered? Or did other members, perhaps those who were never caught or positively identified, manage to launder their portion through offshore bank accounts, disappearing into a life of luxury untraceable by law enforcement? The sheer volume of the money made it incredibly difficult to spend or launder quickly without drawing attention. Think about it: millions in used banknotes. Any attempt to introduce such a sum into the legitimate economy would raise red flags immediately, unless it was meticulously, patiently, and expertly laundered over many years. This leads to the most chilling possibility that the money remains out there, undisturbed, perhaps in some forgotten rural cache, waiting for an unwitting discoverer. Or perhaps it was lost forever, either destroyed or simply forgotten in the panic of the escape, a phantom fortune that will never see the light of day. The unanswered questions pile up, creating a dense fog around the fate of the missing millions, a money trail that simply vanished. We know who did the crime, but the question of where the vast majority of the spoils ended up remains a haunting, open-ended cliffhanger in history. To this day, the Great Train Robbery's lost loot remains one of the most enduring unanswered questions in British criminal history. Despite countless books, documentaries, and ongoing investigations, the bulk of the money has never resurfaced, its fate a chilling testament to the chaotic, unpredictable nature of large-scale crime. Was it buried deep beneath a forgotten tree, lining the pockets of shadowy figures who escaped justice, or dispersed across the globe, too well hidden to ever be traced? The tantalizing mystery continues to fuel speculation, feeding into our collective fascination with unsolved riddles and the dark underbelly of human ambition. The train, the tracks, the gang, they are all historical facts. But the missing millions? They are a ghost, a phantom fortune, a chilling reminder that some secrets, once unleashed, are destined to remain buried, perhaps forever, just out of our grasp. The allure of this unrecovered treasure continues to echo through time, a metallic whisper in the wind, forever wondering who, if anyone, ever truly profited from the greatest train robbery of all.